We're down on the Somerset levels, which for me is really close to home. I'm a bit biased because I think it's one of the best places you could come and stay. Over there, you've got the marshes with the most incredible bird murmurations and the apple trees which produce our cider. What's not to love?
No wonder this is one of Simon's favourite places. From wild moors to swathes of wetlands, Somerset has it all. And as one of Britain's more rural counties with acres and acres of farmland, it was the perfect choice for Vicky and Brian Jones, who fell in love with a West Country farmhouse. Having always wanted a life in the country, when Brian got a job transfer, the couple ditched London city life and moved to the village of Othery, where they now have 2 young children, Annabelle and William. Their family home also came with a massive field full of potential. All 7.5 acres of it.
It's a nice bit of kit.
Yeah, we really need it around here.
For all the mowing.
Yeah, there's about 5 hours of mowing a week.
5 hours of mowing a week?
Yeah, it is pretty hard going.
Cool, we're just admiring your land. You were saying you've got like 5 hours of mowing a week.
Pretty much. Keeps me busy.
Yeah.
Does indeed.
We came from a flat, 2-bedroom flat in South London with no garden to sort of all this land.
Wow.
We've had 2 children since then and they absolutely love it here. They've got so much space.
I bet they do. I know my boys would love running around here.
Well, when I was a kid, I was able to run around free, and I'd really like to give that back to my kids.
Surrounded by unspoiled countryside and with so much land to play with, Vicky and Brian aspire to give up their jobs and run a family-friendly glamping site full-time.
I really like the way you've kept these unmown areas. The birds really love the grass seed.
With permission for 10 canvas structures, the potential is huge. And they did have high hopes for a glamped-up bell tent until disaster struck.
We put it all up, got it all furnished, and then Storm Hannah, I think it was, came in, and the pole just went straight to the top of the thing and split the whole canvas, and the whole thing collapsed down. And so we had to take all the furniture out, take it to be repaired.
I thought you were going to say that the whole thing blew away.
Almost. It was really stressful. And then we had to make a plan because it was ruined.
With a tattered tent on their hands, Vicky and Brian needed to find a solution that was storm-proof.
That's it then, is it the Geodome?
Yeah,
oh,
it
it's
is.
cracking. It looks like a space helmet.
No,
That's a bit, yes.
Yeah. I really like Geodomes, they're really strong.
Because of the shape of a geodome, it's amazing for wind resistance.
Such an unusual space is uncharted territory for Vicky and Brian, so they need Simon to boldly go where few designers have gone before.
Oh, great. It's like being inside a radar globe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
So we've got furniture in here already. I can see you're thinking of like a family space.
Yeah, I wanted to go with bunks because, you know, if you've got 3 children, then we can pull out the trundle
Oh,
bed.
it's a
so they
triple
can-
bunk.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they can sleep 5.
But it is relatively bare shell, isn't it?
Yeah, we just don't really know what to do with it.
It needs colour, doesn't it, or pattern? And nicely, because it's triangles, so we could probably do something like that. I'm almost picturing using triangular colour or pattern. What's the kind of feel you would like to get in this space?
So I'd really like to go with some sort of botanically type theme, get some greenery in here.
That's a really good idea. And I think we could do something with the bed. It needs to be much more of a wow, something more magical in here, I think. But if we had branches coming down the side of it, maybe even that holds up some bedside tables with ferns on it.
Sounds good.
It's a good
Good,
space,
yeah.
though, I like it. Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Definitely.
So the view's a win, but one resident in the dome is about to come under fire.
I'm not sure about the Chesterfield, though. It kind of looks a bit out of place, doesn't it? What are you thinking?
See, I really like a
You
Chesterfield.
really like it.
Very much so.
Things could get awkward.
we'll just cover it with a blanket. And some sheepskins.
Or he'd quite happily have it for his man cave.
For your man cave?
Oh, very much so.
Is that where you have your men's club?
Yeah, every Wednesday night.
If it needs to go, it can go.
I'm going to let you two sort that out.
Here in Somerset, the glamping market has boomed over the last 10 years, and it's a very crowded market. Vicky and Brian have a basic structure, but apart from the view, there is nothing unique about it, so they need Simon to make their geometric giants stand out.
It's a really interesting project, this one. It's a bit of a blank canvas. I'm really thinking of ways to try and strike the balance between that amazing geometric shape and bringing in the natural form of the plants and the branches. It's going to take a bit of thinking about.
3 heads are better than 1, so Simon has called in top carpenter Ian Sang and designer Axa Riaz.
Oh, wow.
I've not seen one with this kind of big window, actually.
It's got a real kind of wow appeal to it, but the space is actually pretty flat. I'd go as far as to say it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
And we could do so much more with it. And one of the things I've picked up on is you could create panels that attach using these bolts.
And you could add a really funky botanical print of fabric to the triangles and add some colour in as well. I think it'd be quite great to have maybe one fabric triangle here, one along there, and then coming down.
Simon and Ian plan to ditch the basic flat pack furniture and replace it with something more exciting.
And it just doesn't have the wow factor for a special place. You want them to have a memorable experience. As a child, a bunk should be an exciting thing that you climb up into and you're just like, wow.
So I think we need to swap this out. We need to incorporate some natural materials. In fact, it could look quite treehouse-like once we've finished it.
It'd be great for it to be like climbing into a treehouse.
Yeah.
With ideas buzzing, the team are ready to go. But before they can, one important matter has to be resolved.
Axa, there is this question over the Chesterfield sofa, whether it was up to the job or not.
I think we should keep it. I think it'd look really great with sheepskin frills.
I don't know if Brian's going to be pleased by that or disappointed, because he wanted it for his man cave.
I think he might be a little disappointed.
Well, you can break it to him.
With no time to lose, the team are cracking on and clearing out.
No, left, my left. We've got to go upwards, because I'm at an angle. Yeah, we've got to... I'm stuck in the door, so you're going to have to walk a little bit further. That's it, perfect.
So, Vicky, when we've got this all up and running, what's your dream for this place?
It's really for Brian and I to be running this together and for it to be our income. Get a little business going that Brian and I could run full time and then spend more time with the kids. Maybe they can help out with the changeovers.
Whole family enterprise.
Yeah, definitely.
That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
And helping them on their next step, Vicky's enlisted her friends Rachel and Dominique to help with the fabric wall panels for the dome interior.
Do you both have your sewing fingers on?
Yeah, I love to sew, so ask me anytime to sew anything and I'm in.
Axa has chosen fabric which reflects the nature surrounding the dome, a botanic pattern in calming grey and green tones.
So what do you both think of the print and the fabric choice?
I think it's great. I think it's really in keeping with the theme of this place.
Yeah, and it really kind of matches all the grass that's around us.
With a thumbs up for the fabric, Axa's sewing circle make a start measuring out the triangles.
So which triangle are you cutting out first? The big one?
Yeah.
Okay.
128 by 125 by 125.
Yeah, brilliant.
How many
in the
triangles
middle.
are we doing all together?
11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cutting out 11 triangles should be simple. But there's an issue.
I mean, you can even see that these bolts here don't actually sit centrally, do they?
Most of the triangles are different sizes.
Is there only one of these and this is the only one of this size, or are there lots of them this size?
There's 2 of this size.
Because the other one that's this size might not have the hole in the same place.
We're going to have to get each individual installation down.
You might just be able to punch a hole in the corner.
Yeah, you're right.
Or you might need to make them that each one's bespoke, isn't it?
I mean, did anyone ever think this was going to be this difficult?
Me.
Simon has his own head-scratcher going on, a giant Jenga puzzle. This pile of uneven logs will be used to build the statement beds for the dome.
Nice. Where'd you get this from?
These are actually the bits that were a bit too wobbly or short or a bit too thin, whereas building a roundhouse. We've peeled them with a 3-phase pressure washer so the bark comes off, and you get this really organic shape.
The logs are perfect for making Simon's new creation. These bits of wobbly wood will make excellent bed frames.
But straight away, what I'm thinking of is a big corner columns and then wobbly branch edges, and then we'll think about an interesting headboard. When you're creating this kind of furniture, the more wobbly, the more unusual, the better.
AXA decided to use the existing panels as templates, and now things are moving along nicely.
Move it across a bit. So it's straight.
If you get down then, and then I'll move the sofa.
One of 11.
Oh, amazing.
1 down, 10 to go.
Like that? Yeah. And then it just goes along and then this line here.
And Simon's come to offer moral support.
Wow, look at this. It's a hotbed of activity. Quite literally. Is that the fabric? That's really nice, isn't it? I like that. And these are the triangles.
Yep. This one's been sewn.
So they're all a certain size.
There's 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
And it's complicated. But that's the way that one's going.
I thought it might be. Great. Well, I hope it works.
AXA's team might have the last laugh, though, as unlike the old flat-pack furniture, Simon's new beds don't come with instructions.
It's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle now. We're going to go and work out which bits match which bit, which wobbles look best with which wobble.
Yeah.
If I lay that out like that.
Yeah. You want something with a similar wobble.
A wobble, yeah. If you grab the other one.
And this one.
No, the wobbly one.
The wobbly one.
The log beds will bring a natural feel into the high-tech structure, which, though man-made, was inspired by one of nature's lesser-loved creatures, the spider. By observing how spider webs could survive in a hurricane, American designer Bucky Fuller copied their natural structure to create geodesic domes, which are now used globally. Having a high-tech structure like the Geodome in a rural landscape can be eye-catching, but the key to it working is to sympathetically blend the modern shape with natural elements. So Simon is taking Vicky and Brian to a nearby village to be inspired by a quirky B&B that has the perfect balance between geometry and greenery.
And there she is.
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
Wow, that is really cool.
Very nice.
And I think that's where we're going to get some really good ideas from. She's this really unusual shape. I mean, she's actually a pentagon, and she's held up in the air by these natural larch poles that have been stripped of their bark. And then I love the use of the larch cladding. You've got big swathes of larch running along, and then juxtapose, you've got larch angling in at the other side to screen the stairs. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really
It's
cool.
really nice.
Let's go and have a look inside.
Just like the dome, the Pentagon treehouse is also an unconventional shape.
Come on through.
Wow.
You see, and straight away, because of the shape,
Yeah.
you've got these sloping walls. They've had to do interesting stuff. And you haven't got the vertical wall like you've got in a normal room where you just put your kitchen units up to the side. So we've got stacking shelves, and that's the reason the fridge is so high up, just to give it the depth.
To enhance the avant-garde design, splashes of bright paint have been used throughout.
They're using strong colours, and then they're picking it out with natural materials. And they've got really nice details, like this knuckle of yew coming down with the branch, which I think is a really nice detail against the modern look. And then is this, it's the view. Look at that.
Bespoke pieces in a building, like the big knuckle of yew at the treehouse, give them character and star appeal. Back at the Geodome site, it's all creative calm.
And I've seen there's so many different shades of green leaves which look beautiful, and you've got some lovely berries here and the red ones that stand out really nicely against the green. And bringing these colours in will help soften the Geodome. And this is the look and design that Vicky is after.
With the bramble bushes in her mind and using an old hula hoop she found, she's busy making a stunning floral wreath.
So it'll be covered in this hessian material and just sit hanging in the centre of the dome. And that's starting to fill out quite nicely.
She's using pretty foliage to give a rustic feel, which she'll finish off with lights.
This sort of thing can be so simple, yet so effective in a space.
With work going great guns and friends pitching in to help out, the team are making fantastic progress. At the treehouse, Simon wants Vicky and Brian to meet the owner. Just as Storm Hannah provided a perfect opportunity to test drive a Geodome, the Pentagon treehouse had a unique start in life too. A discarded design that might never have seen the light of day.
So guys, I want to introduce to you David, who's not only the owner, but also the builder.
Hi.
And I hear your son Hugh was the guy who designed this place.
Yes, the basic design came from a design he had done for a work centre in Vietnam, which never actually came to pass. And I really liked the design because it had that pentagon shape. When Hugh came to me with this idea for a treehouse, I looked at the viability and the returns were very good. So I hummed and hawed for about a year, I think, but then we decided to go forward and have a build.
The glades attached to David's house are a perfect setting for the treehouse, and all down to his green fingers.
I bought the big house right at the bottom. It's an old farmhouse, and it had a couple of acres of land. I planted lots of trees in here. The oak trees you've passed on the way up, they came from my granny's garden 35 years ago. I'm fairly into trees, as you can see.
So is there anything that your guests particularly comment on when they come and stay with you?
The quietness and the relaxation. They come for 2 days or 3 days, and they watch the bats flying around.
Oh, wow,
in the
yeah.
hot. We've got 3 different types of bats here.
Oh, wow.
So that's one of the things.
We've got a really modern geodesic dome, but we want to kind of get some natural elements in it as well. So how did you kind of achieve that?
I'm the wooden person. Hugh has a more modern feel. He was very keen to get the colours in there. But I think that was what Hugh really likes to create, is like a melding of the two.
It's lovely.
Yeah, I think it works really well.
Having something unique for a staycation can not only set you apart from more mainstream getaways, but holidaymakers will pay a premium price.
Do you know what? I'd like to ask you guys if you can guess how much it costs a night to stay here.
I would imagine it's really about £175 a night.
I was going to say maybe £150 a night.
How much is it, David?
150 in the winter, and goes up to 210 for the summer, bank holidays, the sort of special weekends and things like that.
Great, I'm not surprised. It's a really good space. There's a lot going on in it.
The earning potential of the dome could help Vicky and Brian fulfill their dream of having the business as their sole income and giving them more time with Annabelle and William. But the inspiration didn't end there. The bold colours and modern shape of the house they visited gave them all some new ideas. The floor gets a lick of paint, and Simon gets his thinking cap on.
It occurred to me that that hexagon shape is what is most strongly repeated as a shape within the geodome. And I'm thinking perhaps we could make some hexagonal boxes that could be used as either storage units, maybe even bedside table, potentially even something like a log stall.
So Ian is making Simon's vision a reality.
They're going to be a hexagon shape which mimics how 6 triangles fit together within the geodome. To make a hexagon shape, you need to cut 30-degree angles in your wood. Because I've taped the back, the joint should close like a book. And as long as they're nice and tight, this spray will instantly cause this glue to set. Should keep its shape. Take all this tape off. Hopefully have really lovely joints. So that's worked out perfectly. That's a really nice tight joint. That strength should tie the shape together. And finally, I'll add a center shelf for strength and to give us more storage space. I think it's going to look really cool inside.
Exciting pieces of furniture don't have to be designed from scratch. Old furniture can be given a new life with simple things like paint and colour.
Annabelle, if you want to just dip your stencil in there, there we go. Pretty you.
Okay, go for it.
Vicky and her daughter Annabelle are sprucing up an old table with some ivy leaf stencils Axes made.
What do you think of the print, Annabelle?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
On the side.
By using the ivy print, the outside is again being brought into the dome, which is the same aim for the big statement log beds. Not wanting to be outdone by his wife and daughter, Brian's also getting stuck in. He's helping Simon with the wobbly master bed.
And what we've mocked up here, and you'll see it from this direction, this is going to be the view to the end of the bed.
Yes.
So very roughly, they're going to go together like that.
That look really
and that
good.
makes the end piece of the bed. And we'll be chopping them off eventually, probably about this height, but I want to leave it till the end, so because I want it to feel as dramatic as it can be. With obviously, it can't be that tall, but I want it to be quite imposing. And I've gone for a relatively high mattress again, because it feels more dramatic.
Awesome.
First of all, we just need to grind this all clean, ready to bolt it together.
Okay, sounds like a good idea.
So let's get set up for grinding.
Yeah. So, both ends?
Yeah, both ends. Try not to take too much off or it'll end up loose.
Okay.
Anything and everything can be used to make gorgeous bespoke pieces, and Axe has been poking around in her kitchen cupboards.
So I've realised Vicky doesn't have any mirrors in the dome, and I thought it'd be quite a cool and quirky idea to get some of these old vintage baking tins. They've got a nice circular shape that reflects the dome. And what we're going to do is just cut a little bit of string that we're going to weave through these holes to secure them in place. And there you have it, a trio of your own bespoke mirrors. And you'll have this piece just glued into the centre of each one. That's just adding a bit more fun and playfulness into the dome.
Simon's come up with another creative idea. This time it's for the door.
What I'm envisaging is to give this a bit more of a creative element. But it would sit somewhere like that, and then like that. So it's a branch merging out the door, but it actually is really stiff. So should we have a go at fitting it?
Nice.
Who'd have thought I might have even prepared that earlier?
I know.
His bedside cabinets are ready for painting. And with the sanding done, the crossbar is now ready for attaching to the uprights.
That's better.
Does it not need pilots?
No, this size, they won't split the timber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one drew together really well, actually. Let's just have a look. It looks about right.
Vicky and Brian's dream is for the glamping site to become a family-run business and their full-time job. This was also the aim of Amanda here in Wales. Her family-run business offers the ultimate in Geodome glamour, a successful glamping site in the Brecon Beacons, and business is booming.
We're booked now for the rest of the season and taking bookings into next season, which is lovely.
From small beginnings, Amanda's site has evolved over many years.
We moved here 10 years ago. Before we did that, we were in Surrey. I was a teacher, and we knew we wanted to move down here, so we put the kids into the local school here. And then we bought the field next door, thinking, what the heck do we do with this field we just bought?
Based in a picturesque location, Amanda and her husband decided to try their hand at setting up a glamping site with a large teepee. But just like Vicky and Brian's experience, our unpredictable weather also put a dent in Amanda's plans.
It's really hard with a teepee because you have a hole in the roof, essentially. So the rain runs down the poles, so you've got to have a rain catcher. And the downside of a teepee is the fact you only have the door, so that's your only view.
Being situated in stunning scenery was something Amanda wanted to cash in on. And the Geodome was the perfect solution. A large widescreen window for maximum viewing pleasure and also watertight.
I've got the two domes. Seren Mawr is the bigger one of the two, the big sister. That's Big Star in Welsh. And then the little sister, surprise, surprise, is called Seren Bach, which means little star in Welsh. Yeah, they're girls, because they're romantic.
Amanda's two luxury ladies are aimed at the couples market. The privacy provides a perfect setting for a romantic bubble.
So this is Seren Bach. So she sits up here on the platform. The beauty of her is you look this way for the views. On the decking, we have a swing chair and a fire pit, so you can just sit out under the stars with your glass of wine, and then round to touch privately round the corner, but not to just miss out on the views, is the love tub. So here's the love tub, made out of wood, so no nasty smells of chemicals. And she's just heated from its own wood-burning stove, effectively. And the all-important, not to be forgotten, receptacle for your drinks. This is one of my favourite views. Sit here and then look through to Haybluff and the Black Mountains. I think what guests particularly love is the fact you're getting away from it all. And when you are up there, you are in your own little bubble.
Amanda's Geodome not only offers visitors a unique space to stay in, but also luxurious interiors with upcycled antiques like this old writing desk.
This lovely piece of furniture was in the local auction, and I just walked past and I just thought, aha, that would work really well because it's perfect height for cooking at, isn't it? So it's got a wonderful old set of drawers, some of which have got ink stains in them, which I love. Just that attention to detail and individual, just quirky things, I think. That's what I like about it.
Giving guests a memorable experience is also essential for repeat visitors.
And then this is my favourite. This is my marshmallow fork. So you skewer your marshmallows on the end and then either put them in the fire here or in the fire bowl outside or on the barbecue. And toasted marshmallows is just something rather special, especially if it's cold and wet and miserable outside and you're all warm and snuggly in here and you've got marshmallows and a cup of tea or a cup of cocoa. This is the little gem, is the fact that you can lie in bed and look up at the night sky and just admire the stars. We have stunning night skies. Just the other day we had meteor showers.
But is it sky-high prices for a luxury Geodome break?
It's a minimum of 3 nights, so it's £450 for the weekend or £450 for midweek. But effectively, if you come Monday to Friday, you get an extra night free. And it may sound a bit, but there's an awful lot of time and effort and work that goes into it.
With plenty of returning customers, Amanda's business is not only thriving, but the Star sisters are always fully booked. Back in the sight field, the master bed is almost ready to be assembled.
It's actually perfectly level in the field, which is a bit disturbing.
You've levelled it to the
literally
field.
is in a wobbly field, absolutely level, which is just by chance. I mean, now the field isn't level, so that means the bed's not level, but... So the thing is, what you're basically making is an end piece sides that go around a box.
Yes.
And they're all now rough fit. They're just the shape. And then when we go and place these on a level surface, we will coach screw all that together and it will self-level. Yeah. Now, because this is a level at the moment, just for what we're doing, we can put that level on.
Confident in his new creation, Simon is getting Brian to put it through its paces.
Let me take the clamps off, just so you're giving it a full test.
How many fixes? 6 fixes in there.
And I want you to spring on like it's your first night of your honeymoon.
Yeah.
No. Gently, gently, like a ballerina. It's good. I mean, so we've got no side supports and it still works.
I think it works quite well.
Inside the Geodome, the sewing circle is attaching the wall panels.
So this one's number 11, so let's try...
Let's unscrew these bolts off.
Lost me not.
Have you lost one?
Right, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, let's do this one.
It's kind of a 3-person job. Oh, so you've glued around the holes now. That's good. That feels a bit more secure.
Yeah, so it'll stop the fabric from fraying.
Where's my nap gone? And then we can tuck. There's a bit of our marking. That's it.
This one piece here, I think it looks great. What do you think?
I really like the material. I love the way the grass is exactly the same grass that we've got in the meadow, and it just fits perfectly.
So what, 10 more to go then?
Yeah.
Cool, let's get started.
Let me get the ladder.
As Vicky and Brian are targeting the family market, the bunk beds are a critical part of providing a family-friendly dome.
You know, I've never made a bunk bed before. There's something really childlike and playful about it. So this one's quite an interesting bunk bed. It's massively chunky, loads of natural timbers. I always wanted one as a kid, but never got one.
You ready?
Yep.
About a centimetre more. Keep going. Tiny bit more. So we're going to chop off about there.
Yep.
And build the ladder up, supported on the end of this and the end of that, and then we'll and scoop out there. Yeah, these skinny ones over here, I think. And I want to use this as a ladder frame, and so we're going to chop that off where we decide the ladder wants to be. I'd have said it's about that kind of width. And we've done it that way around so that when you're sitting in bed, you're looking out the window.
Meanwhile, inside the dome, there is more trickiness with the triangles.
So this one's a bit saggy.
I believe we've got some Velcro to stick onto it, so it will hopefully keep the triangle in place.
Let's just get all the ones up that we've got.
You might need to Velcro that bit, Vicky.
So the problem I've got is that this bolt has got 5 layers of insulation already on it, and so I've just got no thread at all to try and get another piece of material on.
And there's no way of pushing it.
While Axe's team go Velcro crazy,
Would it help Velcro in that piece?
the beds are really starting to take shape.
And that looks good.
And with Vicky and Brian sent away for the final flurry,
I'm wondering how it's going to fit within this geodome.
it's all hands on deck.
Just a bit on the
big side.
You all right?
Yep. Wow.
To get everything in place. Only a few weeks ago, this geodome was a blank canvas.
It is relatively bare shell, isn't it?
Yeah, we just don't really know what to do with it.
It was a perfect solution for stormy weather, but the interior had no character or colour. The geometric giant needed Simon's creative vision and the team's hard work to transform it into a botanical haven with organic curves and flowing fabrics. Here in the 7.5-acre field, the modern geodome is now ready for liftoff.
Oh, wow. Look at this. This is totally different.
It is a very different space, isn't it?
Yeah.
It totally is.
These beds are so cool.
You've got this great big feature climb-in bunk, which I think the kids are going to have a great time exploring.
I think they will.
And the big feature bed. And do you know what? We decided to turn this space around because it makes it a real family focus point. I'm sorry that means you don't get the Chesterfield in your man cave.
I was really looking forward to having that there. What are we going to do now?
So what do you think?
I think the beds are just incredible. Like, that headboard is beautiful. I think having such an imposing bed and bunk beds, it feels slightly smaller, but it feels cosier. And I really like the sofa this way round. You can still lie in bed and look at the view. I think you've done an amazing job. It's incredible.
Thanks, guys. And your husband did so much work. He was really great. He did such a good sanding job, actually. I've been trying to find a snag, but I haven't found one yet.
It definitely feels like you brought the outside in, like having all this wood. I wasn't sure whether the wood was going to work because it's so metallic and modern, but actually it has just made the whole space feel really cosy and homely.
We've got this amazing fabric that AXA has picked up with these panels in the roof and the dressing of the beds. These really incredible upcycled hanging mirrors, which are made out of flan tins.
That's very clever.
Very clever.
It's really good, isn't it? And then obviously Ian's amazing creativity with the hexagon log store and side table. But it's nice to bring in that geometric shape against all of this curvy, really organic wood.
With the dome now ready,
when you're letting space out, a name is really important. So I'm just wondering if you've come up with a name.
So we do really love a tractor around here, so we're thinking of naming it after a tractor. So we've gone with Ferguson Dome after Massey Ferguson.
Massey Ferguson?
That's my favourite tractor.
one last thing remains.
Have you decided how much you're going to charge for a night?
We might start off with £100 a night and then kind of see how it goes.
Sounds pretty reasonable. I think you'll do well with that.
Thank you, Simon, so much for all your input. It's been an absolutely brilliant experience and we really appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you.
Right, it's been a real pleasure. So, proud of the team because we pulled off an amazing thing. And we managed to bring in the real mixed match of the organic natural world and that geodesic space. So I'm really pleased with what we've achieved. And it's been really great to get Vicky and Brian in and show them the dome. They really liked it.
I love it. It's completely different and it's such a wow factor. 100% delivers on the botanical theme. It is, you know, it's so leafy and so green. Like this wouldn't have come out of my head, but it's perfect.
For me, the favourite thing would be the master bed. I think that's really cool, really big and chunky. The bunk beds are really cool as well, and I think kids are going to absolutely love it.
Are you going to be able to build us a bed like that now? Now that you've had all this
Wow,
expertise?
I've learned of an expert. Simon's taught me lots.